you ready to take a historical experience with an amazing and unforgettable itinerary in Istanbul, Turkey? Prepare yourself in awe as you'll witness these places you need to see. Istanbul is one of the major metropolises of the globe, having been desired by empires throughout history and straddling both Europe and Asia. The city, which was officially called Istanbul after the Turkish Republic was established, is strewn with magnificent reminders of its lengthy and storied past, and its tourism attractions will astonish even the most monument-weary traveler. We'll plan your trip now with our list of the top 10 places you need to see in Istanbul. Number 1. Topkapi Place or Topkapi Sarayi. Specific location, Babi Humayun Kadesi Gulhane Park. The Ottoman Empire's sultans resided and reigned from this magnificent palace on the Bosphorus, which Mehmet the Conqueror first constructed in the 15th century. Intricately hand-painted tilework lines the expansive complex's magnificent courtyards, which connect a maze of lavishly adorned apartments that are all enclosed by battlemented walls and towers. The harem complex, where the Sultan's numerous concubines and children would spend their days. The second court, where you can wander through the expansive palace kitchens and gaze in awe at the glistening interior of the Imperial Council Chamber. And the third court, which housed the Sultan's private rooms, are some of the many highlights here. The Imperial Treasury, which is located in the third court, is a treasure trove of brilliant gold items and priceless gems that will make your eyes water. The third court also houses an astounding collection of Prophet Muhammad relics in the Holy Safekeeping Chamber. Number 2. The Blue Mosque for Sultan Ahmet Cami. Specific location, Bin Bir Direk at Maidani. This stunning mosque, now more commonly referred to as the Blue Mosque, was Sultan Ahmet I's magnificent architectural gift to this capital. The mosque, which was completed between 1609 and 1616, caused a stir in the Muslim world because it had 6 minarets, the same number as the Great Mosque of Mecca. Mecca eventually received a 7th minaret as a gift to quell the unrest. Tens of thousands of Iznik tiles were used to decorate the mosque's interior, earning it the moniker. The mosque is among the finest examples of Ottoman architecture because of the overall spatial and color effect of the interior. Wandering through the gardens tucked between the Blue Mosque and the Hagia Sophia to take in the dueling domes' double splendor is one of Istanbul's greatest sightseeing delights. The Arasta Bazaar is directly behind the Blue Mosque and is an excellent spot to stop for some shopping because the handicraft stores here sell high-quality souvenirs. Come at dusk for added ambience as the call to prayer rings out. Visit the Great Palace Mosaic Museum, which is situated between the Arasta Bazaar and the mosque. Even if you don't want to browse, the 250 square meter piece of mosaic pavement that was discovered here in the 1950s is on display in this tiny museum. The recovery and subsequent rescue of the mosaic floor are explained in excellent information panels. Number 3. Hippodrome. Specific location, Sultan Ahmet Square. Septimius Severus started construction of the ancient Hippodrome in CE 203, and Constantine the Great finished it in CE 330. This served as the hub of Byzantine public life and was the setting for magnificent events and chariot races, as well as fictional disputes. Only a small portion of the gallery walls on the southern side of the Hippodrome is still visible today, but the At Meydan Park that now occupies the site is home to a number of antiquities. A fountain given to the Ottoman Sultan by the German Emperor William II in 1898 is located on the northwest side. A 20-meter tall Egyptian obelisk from Heliopolis, the serpent column that Constantine brought here from Delphi, and a stone obelisk that was originally covered in gold-covered bronze plating before being stolen by the Fourth Crusade soldiers in 1204 are the next 3 ancient monuments. Number 4. Istanbul Archeology Museum. Specific location, Osman Hamdi Bey Yakusu Sokak, Gulhane Park. This significant museum complex, which is conveniently accessible after Topkapi Palace and is only a short distance away, brings together a variety of items from Turkey and the rest of the Middle East and spans the wide expanse of this region's history. The museum complex is divided into 3 distinct areas. each of which is worthwhile for a visit. The pre-Islamic art and heritage of the Middle East are highlighted in a collection on display at the Museum of the Ancient Orient. The famous sarcophaguses from Sidon, Lebanon, which were discovered by Ottoman architect Osman Hamdi Bey, are among the famous statues and tombs that can be found in the major archaeological museum. The Istanbul Through the Centuries exhibit area, which aids in visualizing the city's extensive and epic history, is also located here. Mehmet the Conqueror constructed the tiled pavilion, the third structure in the museum, which showcases a variety of ceramic artwork. Number 5. Head underground at the Basilica Cistern. Specific location, Yerebatan Kadesi Sultanate. One of Istanbul's most unexpected tourist attractions is the Basilica Cistern. The Byzantine Emperor's imperial water supply was previously kept in this enormous palace-like underground chamber, which was supported by 336 columns arranged in 12 rows. Emperor Justinian completed the project in the 6th century after Constantine the Great started it. Many of the construction's columns, which have beautiful carvings, were repurposed from earlier classical constructions. The column bases in the northwest corner, known as the Medusa stones, with their carved Medusa heads, are the most well-known of them. The wonderfully lighted columns and the gentle, constant trickle of water all around you make for a truly atmospheric visit. Let us know how we're doing by commenting below. If you're receiving value from this channel, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to keep the travel videos coming. Number 6. The Grand Bazaar. Specific location, Divanyolu Kadesi. The Great Bazaar is where everyone gathers, and for many tourists, shopping in Istanbul is just as important to sightseeing as museums and significant landmarks. Between the Nur Osmaniye Mosque and the Beyazıt Mosque, this enormous covered market, which occupies an entire city district and is completely enclosed by high walls, is essentially the first retail mall in history. The Beyazıt Mosque, which was constructed between 1498 and 1505, was modeled after the Hagia Sophia and stands on the site of Theodosius I's Forum. One of the bazaar's 11 gates lead into a network of alleyways with vaulted ceilings that are crowded with shops and stalls offering every type of Turkish souvenir and handicraft imaginable. Most of the different trades are still divided into distinct categories, which makes browsing simpler. The burned column is close to the Divanyolu Kadesi entrance of the market. Constantine the Great erected this porphyry column stump in his forum, which is still 40 meters high. It supported a bronze figure of Constantine until 1105. Number 7. The Spice Bazaar. Specific location, Yedikule Meydani Eminönü. Lokum or Turkish pleasure, dried fruit, nuts, herbs, and, of course, spices may all be found at the Spice Bazaar. Its name, Mesar Ars, which translates as Egyptian market, comes from the taxes the Ottoman Empire collected on goods created in Egypt because they provided a significant portion of funding for its construction. One of Istanbul's most well-known tourist attractions, the Spice Bazaar occasionally becomes outrageously packed with large tour groups from the moored cruise ships. To avoid crowds, try to arrive before 11 a.m. or after 4 p.m. The imposing Yeni Cami, or New Mosque, which was started in 1615 and finished in 1663, that's new for Istanbul, stands just opposite the Spice Bazaar's main entrance. If you're exploring the region, it's worth stopping by because the interior is lavishly decorated with tilework and lots of gold leaf. Number 8. Chora Church. Specific location, Hagia Cami Sokak Edirnekapi. Greek for country, Chora is the name of a stunning church that was formerly known as the Church of Saint Saviour of Chora and was located just outside the old city walls of Constantinople. The initial Chora Church was most likely constructed in this location in the 5th century, but what you see now is the 6th restoration of the structure, which was completely demolished in the 9th century and through a number of makeovers from the 11th to the 14th centuries. During the Ottoman takeover of Constantinople, the church was converted into a mosque, and in 1945, it was turned into a museum. It will change back into a functioning mosque in 2020. The monument is justifiably recognized around the globe for its magnificently bright 14th century mosaics which have been kept virtually complete in the two narthexies and partially in the nave, as well as the frescoes that cover the domes and walls. These magnificent works of Byzantine art depict a wide range of subjects, including the life of Christ and the stories from the New Testament. Number 9. Yedikule Fortress. Specific location: Yedikule Sokak Yedikule. Yedikule, or Castle of the Seven Towers, is a dominating stronghold that is well worth the effort it takes to reach it on the suburban train. Despite the inconvenience, Theodosius II, the emperor, constructed a castle in the 5th century which served as the southern end of Constantinople's defensive fortifications. The massive arch was known as Porta Aurea, or Golden Gate, and its doors were covered in gold. It was closed up in the late Byzantine period. The stronghold was used by the Ottomans as a defense during their conquest of the city and later as a jail and a site of execution. Yedikule has recently undergone restoration, and the top of the battlements can be reached for breathtaking views of the Sea of Marmara. Number 10. Hagia Sophia Mosque. Specific location: Hagia Sophia Meidani, Sultanate. According to legend, Justinian, the Byzantine emperor, entered his completed church for the first time in CE 536. The Hagia Sophia, also known as Hagia Sophia in Turkish, served as the emperor's brazen declaration to the outside world of the wealth and technological prowess of his realm. The center of the world, according to tradition, was the place inside the church that housed the throne of the emperor. The Hagia Sophia has remained one of Istanbul's most beloved landmarks from its conversion to a mosque after the Ottoman troops invaded Constantinople, to its subsequent conversion into a museum in the 20th century, and its reconversion back to a working mosque in 2020. If Istanbul is on your bucket list of places to travel, let us know in the comments below. Push that notification bell to be updated on our next travel videos, and don't forget to subscribe. Till next time, safe travels.